Welcome back, friends, to Build a Lot Acres. In today's video, we're going to be talking about modular toolboxes. Stay tuned. So in today's video, like I said, we're going to be talking about modular toolboxes. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say some of the people watching have never heard of a modular toolbox. This is a completely new concept to them. Other people may have seen them in stores and wondered what the heck they were. And probably another group of people already use them, they're familiar with them, and they really like them. But in today's video, we're going to go over what I consider some of the real benefits to owning these kind of toolboxes and things that you might want to consider. So let's play pretend for a minute. Let's pretend you go into someone's house, you're going to do a project, and you have all these different tools in your work van, or maybe a trailer or a pickup truck. You need to get all these tools into their house. You want to do it in as few trips as possible, be efficient, have them nice and organized. And I think this is a great way to do that. This happens to be the Bauer modular tool system, but there's a lot of other brands that make these. Rigid, Craftsman, DeWalt. I would say Milwaukee with a Paco is probably one of the most well-known modular tool brands. But a lot of those name brands also come with a higher price tag. And I just bought this Bauer set with my own money. This is not a sponsored video. I did not get this sent to me for free from Harbor Freight or from Bauer. I bought this with my own money, and I hope to show you some of the benefits in today's video. All right, so there's a number of different ways you can organize your tools, and I've used a lot of those different methods through the years, so I'm speaking from experience here. I've used things like this 5-gallon pail that you can put this tool belt over. It's great for hand tools, and there is a little bit of room inside for maybe a cordless drill or a small circular saw, but ultimately it doesn't hold a lot of tools, and you still have to physically pick it up. So if it's full of tools, it might weigh a little bit of weight, and you really would need multiple of those to do something like this is going to do. I've also used these kind of organizers. These are drop-in organizers that you simply can put again into a 5-gallon pail. These are going to hold different types of fasteners. They're great for screws, nails, organizing your fasteners, but they're really only for fasteners. You can't really put tools in here. I suppose you could put really small tools in there, but ultimately it's not going to hold all that many tools. I've also used things like these bags. I would say these are probably a step up from the buckets. These are going to hold a lot more once you open that bag up, so you can put bigger tools in there. But again, you got to carry them, and you're not going to carry a lot of big tools and any of these kind of things. And of course, the last thing that I've often done is worn a tool belt. I think depending on what trade you're in, whether you're a carpenter, plumber, electrician, HVAC, etc., different trades tend to do different things. Carpenters usually wear tool belts. I wore a tool belt every day on the job site, 5 to 6 days a week for decades. And the nice thing about tool belts is your tools are right on you. If you walk around, you climb a ladder, go up on a roof, you got your tools, but you're carrying all that weight on your shoulders. You can use suspenders to kind of get some of the weight off your hips and your lower back, but again, you're limited with a tool belt. How many tools are you really going to be able to fit in there? If you start needing power tools or cordless tools, you're really running out of options, which is where I think this really is going to shine. Well, these modular toolboxes pretty much all work in similar fashions. Usually there's a lock that will allow you to remove some of the different modulars or boxes depending on what job you want to do. So if you only need a few tools and it's a small job, maybe you just need the one big box, which comes, at least with a Bauer setup, the base box comes with a handle, which is adjustable. And of course, it's got the wheels, so if you want to go over stairs or up ramps, this is really nice to wheel around. You don't have to physically hold the weight, you can just wheel it around. It's kind of like a luggage cart that you're going to wheel around in an airport to get your luggage around the terminal. So the bottom box is pretty much one open box. So this is really where I would say you're going to want to put more of your bigger tools. It's the biggest box and it's wide open. So things like maybe a 20-volt Bauer cordless drill or an impact driver or circular saw, reciprocating saw, you know, maybe some full-length framing hammers, those kind of things I would say would fit really nicely in this bottom box. And of course, you have all these different slots, so you could just cut some plywood or something and make dividers if you wanted to divide it up into cubicles or smaller areas. And then of course you got the toolbox in the top that you can remove. So if you have a lot of smaller tools like hand screwdrivers or, you know, little things like that, you could just take this and leave the rest of the unit in your van. These nice heavy duty latches, and these are just the locking system to lock the boxes on top of each other. Of course, all the boxes have a nice heavy duty handle, so you can pick the boxes up by themselves. If you didn't want to wheel it around, you can carry these around the job site. So the next box, which is the next biggest size, this one has the latches to the front versus the sides, and I'll show you guys inside. This one's got some nice dividers, plenty of areas for screwdrivers, pliers, adjustable wrenches, and these can be moved around to different configurations in the box depending on what you're trying to accomplish. So the next box, again, a little smaller. This box has an open area in the middle, and then it's got these handy, almost like Tupperware containers. You can put drill bits, maybe blades for oscillating saw, you know, smaller items that you want to keep separated. You could use it for screws or nails. And then you could also, of course, you got quite a bit of storage here in the middle. So the last box I got is actually this heavy duty top box. As you can see, it's got a number of different, I believe there's 12 little, again, boxes you can take out. These ones are a little heavier duty. These ones are a little heavier duty than the ones we just looked at. I guess actually there isn't 12. There's 8 singles and then 2 of these doubles, which you can remove the centerpiece if you want to put bigger items like pencils or those kind of things in there. Maybe reciprocating saw blades that are longer and they won't fit in the smaller square boxes. And of course, you could take all these out and just use the plastic box by itself to store tools. And then they do also offer this open, almost looks like an old milk crate. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with those, which is just an open box with ventilated or slotted sides. And again, you can put regular tools in that, but I think this is going to be a really nice system. You can see all the different combinations of things that you can do. Let me know in the comments if you guys use modular toolboxes, what brand you use, how you like them. In addition to being able to wheel all your tools easily around at one time, I think these are going to be really good for keeping your tools organized while you're working on a project. You're not going to have tools all over the place. It's a small footprint. It's not very wide, so you can easily get through narrow doors. You can get upstairs. And even if you want to use this around your house, it's going to keep all your stuff together. It's going to keep your wife off your case, or maybe your husband. And it's going to allow you to keep all your tools right in sight, organized. And I think it's going to work out really well. I'm excited to use it. I got a few side jobs planned that I'm going to use it for. And of course, I am going to use it around the house. But like I said, let me know what brand you use, how you like it. And ultimately, if you think it's something worth buying. See you next time.